department for holding. End.
All right, court satisfied, probable cause for instance established. You can bring Ms. Truelove in, please. All right, ma'am, state your name for the record, please.
Sheree Truelove.
All right, this is case number 822-5701-72601. Peace and misconversion, Sheree Truelove. Mr. Bird, your appearance, please.
Yes, Your Honor. Brandon Bird on behalf of Sheree Truelove. My client waives her right to the formal reading and will stand mute.
Okay, the court read a not guilty plea on behalf of Ms. Truelove. Bond argument?
Pregnant right now, Your Honor. Alternate location to stay, way on the other side of town. She understands there's going to be no contact with the complaining witness. She is in school, actually. She's in college right now. And respectfully, we're going to ask this court for a personal bond.
Okay, where is she in school?
I'd rather not because we're on YouTube, Your Honor.
Can you give me the city?
You say what?
I said, where is she in school?
Oh, it's pretty far away from the location of the incident. That's why we're on YouTube.
Okay,
I just don't want to I'll come in there and tell you.
No. The reason why I ask is she a commuter or she live on campus or whatever? That's what I want to kind of clarify.
Oh, got you. She's a commuter, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. All right. $10,000 personal bond. While this case is pending, ma'am, we're not in possession of any handguns, firearms, other dangerous weapons. No contact with Ronald Bowens. No contact with the Marsh Creek Boulevard. Pretrial February 4th at 33rd District Court in Woodhaven. What are you majoring in, ma'am?
Social work.
Okay, I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
You have any questions regarding your bond condition and no court date?
What day is the 4th?
February 4th is a Tuesday.
That's a Tuesday?
Don't tell me you got class.
I do.
I
actually have an exam on the 4th. And I have an exam later today.
Well, I will tell you this. As soon as you get out, Monday morning, I will contact Woodhaven Court and tell them that you have an exam that day, and I talk to the clerk or have your attorney do that so we can so you won't miss your exam, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right. Step aside, ma'am. All right. Thank you, detective. All right. We got two.
Thanks, sir.
Southgate or Westland. Which one do you want to do first?
It doesn't. Whichever one's ready to do the ready to do the probable cause.
Wesley, go ahead.
All right, Westland. I like that. Assertive.
Wow.
All right, ready, Westland?
Yes.
No, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Sergeant Smith.
Oh, give me one moment. Let me grab them. Oh, I need to.
Detective Masinski, are you ready for Southgate?
Hey. Yes, sir, we're ready.
Okay, come on in, Southgate.
Morning, Your Honor.
Morning, how are you?
Good.
All right, state your name for the record.
Detective Sergeant Nathan Masinski.
All right, raise your right hand. You swear up front you're about to give me the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, this is People Say Michigan versus Layla Swoop, charged with count 1, caught with attempt to great bodily harm less than murder. Count 2.
Investigators report, sir.
Proceed with your testimony, please.
Your Honor, on 25 at 4:30 in the morning, Southgate officers responded to 14900 Ford Street, which is Six Star Restaurant located in the city of Southgate, County of Wayne, for an assault and battery. The defendant, Layla Swope, picked up a pot of hot coffee and threw it at the head of employee / waitress Amber Green during an argument. And another employee / waitress, Kira Berryman, used to work with the defendant, Layla Swope, and personally witnessed the assault and identified Layla Swope to investigating officers. Officer Wasakanis and Officer Willinger did a search on Layla Swope and saw that she lives at 2772 22nd Street in Wyandotte, where they went to that location, made contact with her, where they there is video footage of the incident that I observed of the defendant picking up a pot of hot coffee, throwing it at the head of the waitress, Amber Green, and missing her narrowly. Warrants were submitted to the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office and were authorized for assault with GBH and FA.
Okay, court satisfied, probable cause is established. Mr. Byrd?
Your Honor, a 23-year-old lifelong resident of Michigan. One child.
Hold on, let me call the case first for the arraignment. This is case number 822-570-177-601. Case of Michigan versus Layla Swope. Go ahead and put your appearance in, Mr. Byrd.
Yes, Your Honor. Brandon Byrd on behalf of Layla Swope. My client waives her right to the formal reading and will stand mute.
Okay, the court will not guilty plea on behalf of your client. Go ahead, Mr. Byrd.
23-year-old lifelong resident of Michigan.
Excuse me.
Indicates to us that no problem. Indicates to us that she has one child, no prior criminal history, not on probation or parole, and no pending cases. She is employed, Your Honor. Days vary, but works afternoons. Does have some college behind her. She does have back pain. She has different physical and mental issues in which she's on medication for. And if we can mark her file medical, it'd be appreciated. But hopefully we can get her on out of here today. She understands that it's going to have no contact with the complaining witness. Doesn't have any problem having no contact with the complaining witness, Your Honor. And she just wants to get back to her son and her job so she's able to take care of her son. So respectfully, Your Honor, I do understand these are assaultive allegations. But my client does understand that the severity of these situations. She's not trying to run from it, not a flight risk, well established in Michigan, and we'll have no problem with no contact with the complaining witness. No reason that they should see each other.
All right, detective, what's your bond recommendation?
Your Honor, she's cooperating with the investigation. She does live the neighboring jurisdiction and no assaultive criminal history. We have no objection to a personal bond.
All right, $5,000 personal bond. No contact with the Six Star Restaurant when the incident occurred, and no contact with Amber Green. Report indicates that you two used to work together. Obviously not friends or friendly, so that shouldn't be any issue with respect to no contact. Probable cause February 7th, preliminary examination February 14th, 28th District Court in Southgate. Ms. Swope, do you have any questions regarding bond conditions and or court dates?
No, sir, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Westland, are you ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, ready to do the swear too?
Yes, sir.
Okay, it is Sunday, January 26th, 11:50 a.m. Magistrate Burton conduct a probable cause hearing on the matter of People versus Liege. How do you pronounce your first name, ma'am?
Leasia.
Leasia Austin. Charge of count 1, identity theft. Officer, state your name for the record.
Sergeant Smith, Westland Police.
Raise your right hand. You swear affirm the testimony you're about to give me the truth.
I do.
All right. Are you testifying from personal knowledge or an investigator's report?
Personal knowledge.
Okay. Proceed your testimony, please.
Okay. On January 24th, the front desk took a report from a victim, Mr. Keith Rovin, who came in to file a fraud report. Throughout looking over and doing an audit of his American Express card, He determined that there was an unauthorized charge to his American Express card for a piece of furniture from Herman Miller. He was advised by Herman Miller Furniture Company that a scheduled delivery was to be made on January 24th to an address of 7043 Bonnie. Upon making the report, the estimated delivery time was in the near future. Officers set up surveillance of that address where the package was dropped off to the apartment complex. Officers on scene while conducting surveillance observed Miss Austin retrieve the package, attempt to put it inside of her vehicle, but was unsuccessful, which ultimately she took it inside of the residence. Upon a search warrant at that listed address, officers recovered the package that was delivered along with the shipping label that was taken off of the package.
So it was delivered to her in her name?
It was delivered under his name to her address.
Her address, okay. And what was it that was ordered?
It was a piece of office furniture and totaling $1,750.
Okay. All right, court satisfied, probable cause been established. All right, Mr. Byrd. All right, it's calling People versus Leasia Austin, case number 822-570-172-701. Case of Michigan versus Leasia Austin. Appearance, Mr. Byrd.
Yes, Your Honor. Brandon Bird on behalf of Leasia Austin. My client waives her right to the formal reading and will stand mute.
All right, the court rendered not guilty plea on behalf of Ms. Austin. This is not an assault of Mr. Byrd. Doesn't look like she has any criminal history. I don't see any objection to $1,000 personal bond.
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay,
objection,
$1,000. Thank you. $1,000 personal bond, probable cause February 6th, preliminary examination February 13th, in 18th District Court in Westland. All right, ma'am, do you have any questions regarding your bond and or court dates?
Like I honestly nobody never really told me
Please,
what.
if it's not about your bond or your court dates, you do not want to talk about the facts of this case.
Okay. You said my court date is when again?
February 6th, February 13th, 18th District Court in Westland.
So February 6th and February 13th?
Correct, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Byrd, how are we on the Detroit interviews?
Carol, working hard, working hard,
You terribly working hard?
terribly working hard.
Okay.
All right.
All right. See you all in a few minutes.
Morning, Mr. Sharp.
Morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Oh, not too bad. Just on my way to where's it? Port Huron as soon as I get done with this.
Oh, wow. Okay. On a court
Gonna
thing or just,
get jail because I've got a hearing in the morning. So when I get back to watch some football, obviously.
okay. Okay. Well, there's an echo there.
My guy is Mr. Powers.
Never stops.
Yeah, no.
Who are you here on today?
Jermaine Powers.
Oh, I just got done with that one. That's the CSC third and fourth.
Yeah, I was gonna say, actually, I don't even know what you just told me is as much as I know so far.
Yeah. I think he is charged with 3 counts of CSC, 1 count of CSC fourth incest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we got some heavy ones today. Hey Sherry, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. What's up?
Hey, you know what? I just ended up getting the final. They just published it, but I think Defense Counsel may be a little bit inundated with things. We have a lot of cases, and a few of them are pretty, they're pretty substantial. So I don't really know when we're going to be starting here.
Okay.
But your guy, your guy is on the list.
Okay.
But I'll tell you guys how many we're going to be going through. We have, it looks like we have over 20. We have like 23.
Wow.
Yeah.
Busy weekend.
Well, yesterday we had almost 30. So.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for the heads up.
Hey, Magistrate.
Morning, Mr. Sharp. Good morning, Mr. Vincent, Ms. Wyrick.
Good morning.
Oh, I'm ready to get started. I called DDC, asking to put folks on camera 4 to get started.
I'm glad you're ready to get started. I'm glad you're ready to get started, but we just got dumped on, Magistrate. We got a bunch of cases.
I got dumped on. Okay, DDC, what were you saying? There's one person down here that can't get Bobby's hand in court and say there will be no place that. Don't tell me you're the only person working in that building. Everybody, person down here. Okay, I can barely hear you. There's only one person working down here on the weekends. There are people working here on the weekend person. Okay, Mr. Sharp, what's your client's name?
His name is Jermaine Powers.
Okay. So I gotta wait for them to finish the interviews? Take up again. We got one forward, turn one leg at the same time, we gotta keep this shit down. You're down with this. You can talk, you can hear what? Hear me what? You put it, right? Say it again. I said you put it, you Tell you, you're not. Okay. All right, one moment. What's your name, sir?
Powers, Ray Powers.
Okay, this is case number 250-554-8901. Houston, Michigan versus Jermaine Powers. Appearances, please.
Thank you. Thank you, Magistrate. Good afternoon, Steve Vincent for the people, P 71917.
And may it please the court, Your Honor, Michael Sharp on behalf of the defendant P37633.
All right, good afternoon, gentlemen. Our bond argument from the people.
Thank you, Magistrate. The way that this is being charged and based on the allegations, we're going to be asking for a $200,000 cash surety bond. We're going to be asking for a tether as well as a curfew. I understand that the incident or incidences took place a few years back, but I mean, they're atrocious to say the least. Administratively, just in terms of priors, I have this defendant previously convicted for controlled substance. But more concerning that AWIM as well as the FAFF in 03, where he got 8 to 20, ended up getting released and then subsequently picked up a delivery manufacturer controlled substance less than 50. But here, Magistrate, I think most importantly to get this across to you, we have a defendant, a biological father, who allegedly ended up raping his daughter while she was 16, 17, 18, 19 years old. We have allegations that start with the complainant when she was 16. Allegedly, I have this defendant having sex with her at a residence as well as motels numerous times. I have allegations that include the defendant father performing oral sex on his minor daughter. I have allegations that include the defendant buying clothing for the complainant daughter to dance in while he ended up throwing money at her. I have allegations including the complainant daughter satisfying this defendant, her father, by using her hand. And you can use.
Okay.
Yep.
Mr. Vincent, I get it. It's Sunday. I want to keep my mind in a good space. But go ahead.
Well, yeah. Unfortunately, I just
get it. I get the gist of it. I read the report.
Yeah. And then the drugs that were supplied to this gal in many of these occasions while they were having sex. So respectfully, he's a danger at the very least. If he can do this to his daughter, who he is a danger, which I would argue he could do this to anybody. So respectfully, we're asking for that cash with monitorization.
Yeah, I don't know that I should say anything because people already have him guilty.
I will tell you this, Mr. Sharp. I read the report, and what I'm concerned with, and is what Mr. Vincent brought up very, very right off the top of the bat, right at the beginning, was that these allegations stem from incidents 4 to 5 years ago. And that leads me to believe, why have they been moved apart? They're not lived together. Any explanation as to any contact in the past 4 or 5 years? Mr. Sharp?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
No,
No,
my client lives with his wife. Look, I'm just a lawyer, but I am his lawyer. And I've been his lawyer for some time, and I'm stunned at the allegations, particularly because I have fairly consistent contact with my client, and these are allegations. They're very serious, and I understand they should be taken seriously. But the bond under the circumstances, based on these allegations, is way too much. And I would his criminal history is what it is. None of it is sexual, as far as I know. And so I would just ask that when you set the bond in this particular case, it's one that's fair and one that he can make. Obviously,
okay.
There should be no contact, but frankly, he hasn't had any contact with the complaints anyway.
I'm sorry, repeat that, Mr. Sharp.
As far as I know, he has no contact with the complainant.
Okay, Mr. Vincent, do you know when these allegations were first made to the authorities?
I have the case beginning in terms of investigation. Well, I'd just like to say this. I know you said, 4 or 5 years ago. I think this goes all the way as so far as April of 21, which would make it less than 4 years. So we're not talking about 4 or 5 years, less than 4 years. I do have in the APA notes, I do have that this case started to build in January of 23. They were getting into victim statements, case assignment, investigation began, developing the case, pretty intrusive. I see text messages between the parties. That's what I have, Magistrate.
And where does she live now? Mr. Vincent, do you know?
Oh, let me see if I can find a most recent statement and see if we have an address on that.
Yeah,
Which I
please don't
wouldn't
give
get.
the address.
I just, yeah.
Right, I know.
I just want to compare it.
He lives with her mother.
And they live in the same household?
No. You mean my client and the complainant?
Yes.
No.
Okay. They live in the same city?
I think so, Judge.
Okay. And one last thing, Mr. Vincent, how old is the complainant now?
I had her at 6. I have her 02, so she would be 22 years old right now.
Okay, so she's a young adult.
Yeah, I guess if we're going back in time at this, it was 16 at the evolution of this thing, because that's 2018. Yeah.
Okay, and I guess more just for clarification purposes, there has been nothing since these allegations, to your knowledge, of them having even contact, much less any sexual contact, Mr. Vincent?
And I don't know. I don't want to give you a yes or no response on that, because I'm just going through the statements right now. I have statements starting in April of 21 and September. I can't give you a definitive yes or no on that.
Okay. Mr. Sharp, you have the last word.
Sounds to me like the reports started trickling in then, but to answer the question that I don't think the people answered, and I'm going based on what he said in his record, the allegation, the incident itself was supposed to have happened 6 years ago or something to that effect.
Several years ago, anywhere from 3 to
Right.
5 years ago. Yeah,
Right.
something along those the time range. Yes.
Right. I'm not aware of my client having any contact with his daughter in the past several years, Your Honor.
Okay.
And I know you gave Mr. Sharp the last word, but I'd like to say something, and then Mr. Sharp can respond. Based on the horrendous nature of these allegations, and then the proven convictions, and what this defendant was previously convicted, it's the reason why I'm asking for this. I mean,
I understand that, Mr. Vincent. I truly understand that.
Okay.
And you made your point. You articulated your point very, very well. But I have to look at both sides of the equation, and the time distance between these allegations and today was a red flag to me. And doesn't seem like, at least there's nothing on this record, there's any confirming any contact with between Mr. Powers and his daughter in several years. And so, and you said you had nothing to confirm or deny that, but I said I have nothing on this record to indicate that they have been in contact with each other in recent years. Mr. Sharp indicates, this client, he hasn't seen his daughter. And I understand his criminal history. I understand the severity of these allegations. And Mr. Sharp, is he working?
Yes.
Work full-time?
Yes. I know that
Okay,
because I'm his lawyer.
okay. And he's gotta pay you. Okay.
So I'm not guessing at what I just told you. I guess is my point.
Yeah, I know. So the time frame, the fact that there's been nothing on this record indicating they've had any contact in recent years. Now, we're not talking months or days here. We're talking recent years. I am going to give them a personal bond, $100,000 personal bond. And if they haven't had any contact, at least the contact that I'm aware of in recent years, I'm pretty sure that's going to continue. So no contact with Akia Powers while this case is pending. $100,000 personal bond. Probable cause February 4th, preliminary examination February 11th in front of Judge Jack Kane. Mr. Powers, do you have any questions regarding your bond conditions and or court dates?
No, sir.
Okay, step aside, sir.
Thanks, Your Honor. Off to Port Huron. Court.
Good luck with that, Rod.
Thanks.
Good luck.
Let's see you later.
All right. What's your name, sir?
Derek Thomas.
Okay, say it slowly, please.
Derek Thomas.
Derek Thomas. Mr. Thomas, you have two cases. Case number 250-551-2601 and case number 240-605-9501. Pearson, Michigan versus Derek Thomas. Appearances, please.
Magistrate, I'll make my appearance, but I believe these are both felony capious matters. Steve Benson, P 71917.
Yes, Your Honor. Brandon Bird on behalf of Derek Thomas. My client waives his right to the form of reading and will stand mute.
All right, the court will continue a not guilty plea on behalf of your client. As Mr. Vincent indicated, these are capious felonies. The bond of $10,000 cash surety, 10% will continue. Bond redetermination hearing will be Tuesday, January 28th, in front of Chief Judge McConaughey. Probable cause, February 4th. Preliminary examination, February 11th, both in front of Judge Jefferson. As both attorneys are indicated, my hands are tied with respect to this matter. Step aside, Mr. Thomas.
Edmund Niall Gillies.
Okay, now Mr. Gilliam has two cases, a misdemeanor pretrial he's capious on, which I'll hear bond argument on, and the case he's going to be arraigned on. So it's case number 240-569-9901, Pearson, Michigan versus Edmund Gilliam, and the capious case number 240-440-4501, Pearson, Michigan versus Edmund Gilliam. As I indicated, the latter case is assault and battery. It's a $1,000 10% capious bond set by Judge Bryant, May 21st of last year. Appearances, counsels.
Thank you, Magistrate. On both matters, Steve Benson, P 71917.
Yes, Your Honor. Brandon Bird on behalf of Edmund Gilliam. My client waives his right to the form of reading and will stand mute.
Okay, the court will enter not guilty plea and or continue not guilty plea on Mr. Gilliam. Argument for the people.
Magistrate, just taking matters chronologically, the R&O that happened, I'm not going to get into the particulars. I'm sure everybody can see the allegations, especially what happened at the end of that incident. It appears as though it was a mental episode. But based on the flight issue and concerns that the people have, we're going to be asking for monitorization. We're not going to object to a personal on the R&O. And then the assault and battery case ending in 4045. That has two failures to appear. This incident date happened subsequent to the R&O incident. So he ended up picking up this offense after that. He has an assaultive past in the flight history here. So we're just going to ask you to continue the 1,010% on the assault and battery case.
Mr. Byrd?
65 years old, Your Honor, lifelong resident. Indicates to us that for the Capias matter that he was in jail at that point. So unfortunately, he was unable to show up to court, and the jail didn't bring him to the screen, in which he would have took care of, Your Honor. Indicates to us that unfortunately he's unemployed. That his Social Security income is cut off because his nephew actually put him in the hospital for about a month. He is looking to get some more Social Security income, but unfortunately, he doesn't have any money to get out of jail at this point. With the resisting and obstruction, Your Honor, my client indicates to us that the officers actually beat him up. It was cold, and he just wanted his money back. That's all. But he's not trying to run from these matters, Your Honor. As I stated, he was in jail. He indicates to us that he was in jail during the Capias. He's not trying to run from these matters. I don't believe him to be a flight risk. And respectfully, we're going to ask the court for a personal bond on both matters.
How long was he in jail?
How long were you in jail, Mr. Gilliam?
Which year?
24.
24. That's a good question. It was a while. I can't recall at this time because it's been since 20, what year 24?
In May of 24.
Never mind.
I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it.
All
right, I'm going to give him personal bond on both cases. On the Capias matter, I'm giving $1,000 personal bond. No contact with the complaining witness, Raquel Riaz. With respect to the felony matter, I'm going to give him $5,000 personal bond with a GPS tether. Probable cause February 11th. Strike that. Probable cause February 4th. Preliminary examination February 11th in front of Judge Taylor. Mr. Gilliam, do you have any questions regarding your bond conditions and/or court dates?
Okay. What is the both bonds 10% on both?
No, we got personal bonds on both of them. You're just going to get fitted with a GPS tether.
Okay. Now, what do I have to pay on the personal bond? Nothing. Okay, just a tether. I'm trying
Yes,
to
sir.
understand. Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, John.
You're welcome.
Yeah. And what day was that pretrial, Your Honor?
The pretrial was February 3rd in front of Judge Jones.
Hey.
Yeah, that's thank y'all. Good job, thank you.
Okay, repeat your name and say it slowly.
Stephon Purcell.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, this is case number 20062753001. People said Michigan versus Stephon Purcell. I know you're not going to likely appear on this, Mr. Vincent. So go ahead and put your appearance, Mr. Byrd.
Yes, Your Honor. Brandon Byrd on behalf of Stephon Purcell. My client waived his right to the formal reading and will stay mute.
Okay, the court will continue. It's not guilty plea. I have a Capias bond set by Judge Kevin Roberts, October 18, 2023, $1,000, 10% bond. That bond will continue. Bond redetermination will be Tuesday, February 28th. Strike that, January 28th, in front of Chief Judge McConaughey. Probable cause February 11th, preliminary examination February 11th in front of Judge. I think it's Judge Jack Hay. All right, step aside, sir.
Robert Good.
Robert Good. All right, this is case number 230-565-1801. People say Michigan versus Robert Good. All right, Mr. Vincent, I know you're not appearing, but Mr. Byrd, make your appearance, please.
Yes, Your Honor. Brandon Byrd on behalf of Robert Good. My client waives his right to the formal reading and will stand mute.
All right, the court will continue a not guilty plea. Continue not guilty plea. I have a $900 cash capious bond set by Judge Robbins September 1st of 2023. The court's going to continue that capious bond set by Judge Robbins. His bond redetermination hearing will be January 28th, 9 a.m. for the Chief Judge McConicle. A review date February 4th in front of Judge Robbins. Step aside, sir.
Ricky Carrington.
All right, Mr. Carrington, this is case number 250-551-3101. Houston, Michigan versus Ricky Carrington. Appearances, please.
Thank you, Magistrate. Steve Vincent, P71917.
Yes, Your Honor. Brandon Byrd on behalf of Ricky Carrington. My client waives his right to the formal reading. Was advised his constitutional rights, so will stand mute.
Court read a not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Carrington. Bond argument from the people.
Magistrate, we're going to be asking for a tether. We're not going to be objecting to a personal bond. This is one of those cases where the court, unfortunately, I guess it just didn't catch up, but he's gotten ongoing 24044-21301 for the same type of charge where he's failed to appear twice. He's in warrant status. Most recent failure to appear was May 16th of 24. And then while he's in warrant status on that case, he ends up picking up this matter, which which has to do with allegedly busting out windows, and he's caught on surveillance. So we think there's a level of danger, but more flight, seeing as though he failed to appear in his other case. It's in warrant status. So monitorization.
All right, Mr. Byrd, just address the issue of whether I should not put a tether on him.
Monetization is not going to work in this matter, Your Honor. Respectfully, my client's homeless and he sleeps on the street. And that's the reason why he hasn't shown up to court and is missed. He understands that he still has to appear, but we did give him some alternatives in which he had signed up for something like the NOAA project and get the address and give it to our office where we could contact him. My client has nothing, Your Honor. If we can mark his file medical, it'd be greatly appreciated. He is on medications and hasn't received them since he's been in the jail. So if we can make sure that happens. But respectfully, Your Honor, we're just asking to give him a shot to get out and go to some sort of shelter or home that provides support, the support that he needs, in which he probably won't find in the county jail.
Well, that's all the more reason for him to be tethered so we can track him.
But he's not going to be able to tether to anywhere.
Well, you've given him locations that you possibly tether to. Is that correct?
You can't tether to a lot of those locations, Your Honor. That's the problem.
But some you can though. And given I'm gonna give a $2,000 personal bond on the GPS tether. I'm afraid we may lose him. Particularly if he's homeless. And I don't know about this communication status or whatever. Able to communicate with him, but I know a number of places that they can tether to. Probable cause February 4th, then the examination February 11th, both in front of Judge Marlena Taylor. Step aside.
Next man. What did he say? Yeah, first of all.
What's your name, sir?
Cornell Wilson.
All right, is there a Tommy Risby?
Yeah.
Can you bring him out too?
I mean, Ridgely.
No risk. There's no risk.
No Risby?
No.
Where'd he go?
There's no risk be on the list.
Tommy Risby? No?
Magistrate, I saw him as another defendant as well, but I didn't see him as in custody. So I think we only have, yeah.
Okay, I stand corrected. I thought he was on the list.
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Wilson, this is case number 240-603-7501. Pearson Michigan versus Cornell Wilson. Appearances, please.
Thank you, Magistrate. Steve Vincent, P71917.
Yes, Your Honor. Brandon Byrd on behalf of Cornell Wilson. My client waived his right to the formal reading and will stand mute.
All right, the court will enter a not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Wilson. Bond argument from the people.
Magistrate, he's being charged with all the offenses, the B&E, the larceny, the MDOP. And as you can see, we're dealing with a lot of product here that this defendant attempted to try to steal, over $100,000 worth of this dispensary's product. In addition to that, this happened in the middle of the night, and apparently the defendant was found with a mask on. And I can understand the idea that it's non-assaultive, but we do feel as though this defendant poses a level of danger breaking into businesses in the middle of the night with a mask. We're not going to object to the personal. We are going to be asking through monitorization to keep track of his whereabouts through the pendency of this case.
Mr. Byrd, just address the issue of tether.
Your Honor, he's not trying to run from this matter. He's not a threat to the community. These are all non-assaultive allegations. Even having a mask is non-assaultive. I haven't seen a mask hurt anybody but respectfully, Your Honor, he's not trying to run. Don't believe him to be a flight risk. We don't have any KPS history presented to us that he is a flight risk. And these are all non-assaultive. Respectfully, personal bond, Your Honor.
All right. The fact that he does not appear to have any criminal history, although masks aren't assaultive, but they can be deceptive. But because he doesn't have a criminal history, I'm going to give it a benefit of the doubt. $50,000 personal bond. Probable cause February 11th. Preliminary examination strike that. Probable cause February 4th. Preliminary examination February 11th. Both in front of Judge Taylor. Step aside, sir.
Stevie Simmons.
All right, this is case number 250-554-8501. Pearson Michigan versus Stevie Simmons. Appearances, please.
Thank you, Magistrate. Steve Vincent, P71917.
And if you give me one moment, Your Honor, I gotta see if we have Mr. Simmons interviewed. We still got a lot of interviews to go through.
Okay.
How about the
Woo.
one second, y'all? And if we could do Tyrion Smith Allen and Dorwin Taylor next, it'd be appreciated.
So is that a no?
No, just give me 1 second with Simmons. I'm about to get Simmons for you in
I'll be
1
giving you
second.
5 seconds.
Well, just give me a couple minutes then.
Okay. You know what?
Here we go. I got it now, young.
The Jeopardy theme was about to come on.
You
Are
say
you
what
ready
was
on
about to come?
Simmons? Jeopardy theme song.
All right, ready, young.
Okay, are you ready?
Ready.
Okay. All right. Mr. Simmons, state your name again.
Stevie Simmons.
All right. I've already called the case. Appearances, please.
Steve Vincent, P71917.
Yes, Your Honor. Brandon Bird on behalf of Stevie Simmons. My client waives his right to the formal reading and will stand mute.
All right. The court will enter not guilty plea on behalf of your client. Bond recommendation from the people.
10,010% tether curfew. I know it's non-assaultive, but the defendant was possessing a loaded weapon after previously being convicted for a felony firearm. This is his second offense. He's facing a straight 5. He does have an assaultive past too. He previously being convicted for a DV as well as an A and B. So we find him to be a danger. He knows he shouldn't have guns. He has guns. And now he's facing what he is. You can see the allegations for what they are.
Bird. Unmute yourself, Mr. Bird, unless you don't want me to hear you.
Your Honor, 41 years old, lifelong resident, Your Honor. Lives with one of her, one of his children, Your Honor. He does have some issues in which he takes medication for, and if we could Marcus file medical, to be greatly appreciated. But these are non-assaultive allegations, Your Honor. My client actually just graduated from carpentry school, a program, it was a 6 months program. He graduated from carpentry school. He's proud of himself. He's trying to further and better himself in life. And respectfully, we're going to ask this court for a personal bond on these non-assaultive matters.
Okay. Court have heard an argument as to bond. Mr. Vincent's arguments are duly noted, but reviewing the facts, the allegations and investigation report, he was basically minding his own business, and an argument could be made that he had the gun for protection, but he wasn't out here endangering anybody. Aside from possessing of a handgun, there's no other crimes allegedly being committed. So $10,000 personal bond. No, while this case is pending, sir, not possessing any handguns, firearms, other dangerous weapons. Probable cause February 4th, preliminary examination February 11th, both in front of Judge Jefferson. Step aside. What's your name? Say it slowly.
Dorwin, D-O-R-W-I-N, Taylor, T-A-Y-L-O-R.
Thank you. It's case number 250-554-8601. Lisa Michigan versus Darwin Taylor. Appearances, please.
Thank you, Magistrate. Steve Vincent, P 71917.
Yes, Your Honor. Brandon Bird on behalf of Darwin Taylor. My client waives his right to the formal reading and will stand mute.
Forward and not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Taylor. Bond recommendation from the people.
Magistrate, here not objecting to a personal. I mean, there is a level of danger with all the pills that he was found with, but at this time, we're not going to contest the person.
No objection, Your Honor.
$15,000 on a personal bond, sir. While this case is pending, you're not to possess nor use any illegal drugs. Probable cause February 4th, preliminary examination February 11th. Both from the Judge Taylor. Step aside.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, Magistrate, Sherry said the heck with it, so I'm going to be handling that AWIM case.
Okay. Did you say something else or just the heck with it? All right, sir, state your name slowly, please.
Teron Lamont Smith Allen.
Okay. This is case number 250-554-8701. Peace of Michigan versus Teron Lamont Smith Allen. Appearances, please.
Steve Vincent for the people.
Yes, Your Honor. Brandon Bird on behalf of Teron Smith Allen. My client waived his right to the formal reading, was advised his constitutional rights, so will stand mute.
Court order not guilty plea on behalf of your client. Any objections to personal bond in this matter?
Not on this one, Magistrate.
No objection, Your Honor.
$5,000 personal bond, sir. While this case is pending, you're not to possess any handguns, firearms, or other dangerous weapons. Is that clear?
Yes.
Probable cause February 4th in front of Judge Kevin Robbins. Preliminary examination February 11th in front of Judge Giles. Step aside, please.
James Murden.
What's your name? Say it slowly, please.
James Murden.
All right, it's case number 250-554-8801. Peace of Michigan versus James Murden. Appearances, please.
Thank you, Magistrate. Steve Vincent, P 71917.
Yes, Your Honor. Brandon Bird on behalf of James Murden. My client waives his right to the formal reading, was advised his constitutional rights, and will stand mute. It's out of paper. That's the reason I tried to print it. It got the bang.
All right, court will enter a not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Murden. Mr. Vincent, are you seeking a cash bond in this matter?
300,000 cash surety, tether house arrest.
Okay, is there anything else briefly you want to put on the record, Mr. Vincent?
In addition to the allegations, including shooting an innocent mother of two on the freeway, we also have that witness who is going to testify that the defendant to the defendant and what he ended up doing, as well as the fact that we feel as though there's a high likelihood of conviction with that eyewitness and allegedly with cameras here. So he's an extreme danger to the community at large. And respectfully, we're asking for that high cash bond.
All right, Mr. Bird.
32-year-old lifelong resident, Your Honor, indicates to us that he has 3 children. Unfortunately, he's unemployed. Any amount of bond is going to be difficult for my client to pay. If not, like a remand, Your Honor. I do understand these are very assaultive allegations. My client's looking forward to his day in court. And respectfully, we're going to ask this court potentially. We would ask this court for a personal, but I know that's not going to happen in this matter. But we're just going to ask for a reasonable or 10% bond seen fit by the court, even though that will be unaffordable for my client. Ideally, we want a personal, but I do understand the serious nature of this matter. And respectfully, we're going to ask for a reasonable or low 10% seen fit by the court.
Okay, I do find that he is a danger to the community. The allegations are they fired a shots from a vehicle. And that not only endangers the intended target, but the argument could be made for the general public. And so I believe he is a danger to the community. I'm going to adopt the recommendation of other people. $300,000 cash surety. While his case is pending, you're not to possess any handguns, firearms, or other dangerous weapons. No contact with the complaining witnesses. GPS tether house arrest. If he's able to post bond. Bond redetermination hearing will be Tuesday, January 28th, 9 a.m. in front of Chief Judge McConaughey. Public calls February 4th, preliminary examination February 11th, both in front of Judge Jefferson. Step aside, sir.
Oh, Magistrate, I'm sorry, was that the 4th and the 11th? My apologies.
Judge Jefferson, bond determination Tuesday, January 28th.
Got you. Thank you.
All right, this is case number 250-554-9001. Houston, Michigan versus D.O. Webb. Appearances, please.
Steve Benson for the people.
Yes, Your Honor. Brandon Bird on behalf of D.L. Webb. My client waives his right to the formal reading and will stand mute.
Court will not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Webb. Any objection to personal bond in this carrying a concealed weapon case?
None from the people.
No objection, Your Honor.
$5,000 personal bond, sir. While his case is pending, you're not possessing handguns, firearms, or other dangerous weapons. Is that clear, sir?
Yes, sir.
Public call February 4th in front of Judge Kevin Robbins. Preliminary examination February 11th in front of Judge Taylor. Step aside.
Go back.
Get your name slowly, sir.
Orlando Bailey.
Thank you. All right, it's case number 250-554-9401. Peterson, Michigan versus Orlando Bailey. Appearances, please.
Steve Benson for the people.
Yes, Your Honor. Brandon Bird on behalf of Orlando Bailey. My client waives his right to formal reading and will stand mute.
All right, the court will not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Bailey. Bond argument from the people.
Judge, I can't argue a flight risk because, apparently shows up to court seeing his conviction list of armed robberies and CSCs and GBHs and unarmed robberies. I can tell you that he was just discharged from parole on the unarmed robbery as well as the armed robbery in January of last year. Now he's facing these offenses. Judge, I won't be objecting to the personal. I will be asking for a tether. I think this defendant clearly poses a level of danger to the community, just continuously committing offenses, most of which, at least at this point, he's been convicted of. So, and with all of the investigation here, we do feel as though there's a high likelihood of conviction.
Mr. Bird.
One moment, Your Honor. Your Honor, respectfully, 56-year-old lifelong resident. That long list, I believe, it goes back to the same date, though. Let me just
Okay,
check.
Mr. Bird, I'm not so much concerned about the long list. I'm more so concerned about the facts at hand in these allegations, and particularly in light of the fact that this Myers is literally located right across the street from a police station.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the Myers, Your Honor. But
Go ahead, Mr. Bird.
that still doesn't mean that he's gonna be a flight risk or a danger or a danger to the community, Your Honor. I see it more of resisting than assaulting on a police officer on this one. He is on multiple medications for severe illnesses, in which we can mark his file, make sure his file is marked medical so he can receive his medication. But like you said, that doesn't have any objection to him being a flight risk. And I don't believe him to be I can't say that he's a threat to the community by these charges. If he was on parole, that means he did his time. He finished
I
his
agree
time.
with you. I agree with you. $50,000 personal bond, no contact with Myers. I don't see a need for a tether at this point in time. Probable cause February 4th, preliminary examination February 11th. I don't want to see you or hear about you going to any more Myers, sir. Step aside.
I'm throwing in the white flag. I gotta get something. I'm just throwing it in. Throwing it.
Don't throw anything in. What's your name, sir?
Isaiah Michael Jones.
Case number 250-554-9101, Precinct Michigan versus Isaiah Jones. Appearances, please.
Steve Vincent for the people.
Yes, Your Honor. Brandon Bird on behalf of Isaiah Jones. The client waives his right to the formal reading, was advised his constitutional rights, and will stand mute.
All right, the court read a not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Jones, given a secured and concealed weapon case. Any objection by either party? Either counsel was for personal bond?
Not on this matter, magistrate.
No objection, Your Honor.
$5,000 personal bond, sir, while this case is pending. You're not possessing any handguns, firearms, or other dangerous weapons. Probable cause February 4th in front of Judge Kevin Robbins. Preliminary examination February 11th, both in front of Judge Giles. Robbins, Giles, February 4th, February 11th. Step aside.
That's all we got interviewed so far, Your Honor.
You telling me I gotta wait?
Unfortunately, yes, Your Honor. We're doing the best we can.
I know you are. Okay.
I think
Let
we
me know
only
when
have,
you're ready.
I think we only have three.
Actually, we got,
Oh, please don't say.
I've got Hayes, Little John,
Oh, yeah. The carjacking.
Pratt.
Right.
And we got Alexis Taylor.
Yeah.
So we got 4.
5.
4 files, but 5 people.
Right.
If you want to just give us about 10 minutes, come back in about 10 minutes. At least we have 1 or 2
Okay.
done.
Okay.
Yeah, at least we have 2 done, a couple done.
Okay. All right. Stop talking and get the interview in.
You see, we've been interviewing. My talk is not heard in the
I know
interview.
you have.
I've been talking since about 10:30.
I know you have, and I've been listening since then too.
Feel me? We banged it out now.
We did. All right. The court's going to be in brief recess.
Gotcha.
Hey, no, no.
How I live by hearing.
All right, Mr. Byrd.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, who do you want to, DDC, who do you want to call, Mr. Byrd?
We can start with Hayes, Littlejohn, then Miller.
Okay. You can bring out Hayes and Littlejohn together. Hello, DDC. Anybody there, DDC? Okay. This must be Hayes and Littlejohn. Okay.
Stacy name, Little John. What Stacy whole name, sir? Little John.
Put your hand down. All right, this is case number 250-554-9301 and 02. People said Michigan versus Karan Hayes and Dewan Littlejohn. Appearances, please.
Thank you, Magistrate. On both defendants, Steve Vincent, P71917.
Yes, Your Honor. Brandon Byrd for Karan Hayes and Dewan Littlejohn. My clients waived their right to the formal reading or advise their constitutional rights and will stand mute.
All right, the court will enter not guilty plea on behalf of both your clients. Recommendation, Mr. Vincent.
Remand for both. MCR 6.106B1 lowercase b. The defendants were caught on surveillance carjacking individuals while armed. So respectfully, it's a remandable offense, and that's what we're going to be asking for.
Okay, and then I also add they were identified as well in a photo lineup and other matters. Okay. All right, Mr. Byrd, why should I not remand both your clients?
When it comes to Kieran Hayes, Your Honor, 19 years old, lifelong resident, has one child, lives with his mother and grandfather. Indicates to us that he does have a physical issue, takes medication when needed, but he's still in school, Your Honor, in online school. With him, we're just asking for a some sort of bond, Your Honor, some sort of cash bond to allow my clients to at least have a chance to have some skin in the game, maybe even with a tether if this court is scared of flight risk. And 24, and when it comes to DeJuan Littlejohn, 24-year-old lifelong resident, lives with his girlfriend, Your Honor, indicates to us that he doesn't have any prior criminal history. He is employed doing landscaping, works, and respectfully, we're gonna ask the same thing for Mr. Littlejohn, Your Honor. Right now, they're still innocent unless proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt.
Is Mr. Hayes, you said he's in school, is it vocational school, college, or what type of school?
He's in high school online, Your Honor. So he is
Online high school.
Yeah, he
Okay.
is trying to get his high school diploma, and Mr. Littlejohn is a high school graduate.
Okay. Based on MCR 6.106, I find that the both defendants' guilt is evident, or the presumption is great, given the identification and all the investigation that went into this. Went into this case. The facts are just very, very troubling and very, very assaultive. So, for the reasons stated by Mr. Vincent, I'm going to remand both defendants under MCR 6.106. These are life offenses, and I believe they're a danger, and I believe the evidence of guilt is very, very strong. Probable cause February 4th, preliminary examination February 11th for both defendants in front of Judge Taylor. Step aside, gentlemen.
Okay, why Edward Miller?
Give me 1 moment.
Custody orders for them?
Your remand order, yeah. Okay. All right, Mr. Miller. It's case number 250-554-9501. People State of Michigan versus Kawan Miller. Appearances, please.
Steve Benson for the people.
Yes, Your Honor. Brandon Bird on behalf of Juan Miller. My client waives his right to the formal reading, was advised his constitutional rights and will stand mute.
Court ruled on not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Miller. Final recommendation from the people?
Magistrate, serious offense, but we're not going to be objecting to a personal at this time.
No objection, Your Honor.
$5,000 personal bond, sir, while this case is pending. You're not to possess any drugs nor use of any drugs, sir. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Probable cause, February 4th, preliminary examination, February 11th, both in front of Judge Jefferson. Step aside, please.
Step aside. Step up. All right, let's see. All right. Yeah.
I've seen people got the
Magistrate, isn't this your fourth day in the felony arraignments courtroom, straight day?
Yeah, isn't it your fourth straight day too?
Yeah. Yeah, it's enough.
This won't last too much longer.
Yeah.
Me having Thursdays and Fridays, once the new schedule comes out. So
Long days.
it's a lot of paperwork, I'll tell you that.
I bet.
All right, what's your name, sir? Okay, DDC, is anybody next to you, sir, from DDC? Hi, I need to know if there's a Terrence Kemp also in custody. Mr. Pratt, is anybody near you from the jail? Okay, can you have a step on the screen? Step to the screen, please.
Say the name again, Your Honor.
Terrence Kemp.
All right, you're gonna have to wait a minute on that.
Okay, I can do Pratt, but I said I'm looking for Terrence Kemp.
Okay, they haven't interviewed the female yet, as far as I.
Okay, we'll get to that side in a minute. All right, Mr. Pratt, go back on the screen, please. All right, this is case number 250-554-9201. Peace of Michigan versus Christian Pratt. Appearances, please.
Thank you, Magistrate. Steve Vincent for the people, P71917.
Yes, Your Honor. Brandon Bird on behalf of Christian Pratt. My client waives his right to the formal reading, which violates his constitutional rights, will stay in mute.
The court will not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Pratt. By recommendation from the people.
A recommendation at this time, Magistrate, will be it'll be a personal bond. No weapons through the pendency of this.
Okay.
No objection, Your Honor.
$5,000 personal bond while his case is pending, sir. You're not to possess any handguns, firearms, or other dangerous weapons. Is that clear, Mr. Pratt?
Yes, Your Honor, I will not process any firearm.
Thank you. That's all I need. That's all I need to hear. Probable cause February 4th, preliminary examination February 11th. Step aside.
You said you're supposed to have an add-on? What? Ain't nobody said nothing about that,
Now. Is y'all in?
Okay, I'm sorry.
So that's,
Okay, is Kemp there or is he gone?
He's here. They're getting him now.
Okay. Okay, just bring him to the camera when you're ready.
They waiting on a criminal file, not knowing it's just.
Your Honor, respectfully, do we need to interview Mr. Kemp?
Mr. Kemp is a PPO violation. It's an automatic remand.
Got you.
Come on and log in. I'll put you in the breakout room. I'm on female camera 1. Okay, what's your name, sir? Okay, Mr. Kemp, this is case number 250000001. People Detroit versus Terrence Kemp. You're here for a PPO violation. You're scheduled for a PPO violation hearing tomorrow morning, January 27th, 9 a.m. in front of Judge Miller Martin. You're going to be remanded in the custody of Wayne County Jail till tomorrow morning for your hearing. You have any questions, sir?
No, sir.
Okay, step aside.
Is this well done right there?
All right. That concludes the men. All right. And we got one lady to go.
Oh, this the sheet, yeah. Okay, I still got. You know, just the one, I haven't wrote on Kemp.
Yeah, I gave you, yeah. No, he's not on the list of PPO violation. But, okay. Hello, Mr. Reagan.
Hey, how you doing? Can you put me in a breakout room?
Sure.
Since you got the camera tied up?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. About to tie it up a little bit more. Okay. Hopefully it shan't be long.
I'm sure. We ran through that. Oh, okay, bye.
Okay, I'm sorry, Mr. Vincent. What'd you say?
No, I was just saying you ran through that. That was good.
I tried.
30 people today.
Okay, well, you did a good job. We're gonna get out of here in a few minutes. This is the last case of the day. You know, Mato, let's make it count.
Yeah, let's make it personal.
How they do out counting?
I'll count it. You have to type everything manually,
Ugh.
bits and all that stuff.
That's why Joy probably will never put me on. She would never. She would be so worried about me up here, like, Deon.
Okay. All right, are we ready?
Come back. Oh, sorry, my fault.
We're patient here. What's your name?
Alexis Taylor.
All right, it's case number 250-551-3201. Peterson, Michigan versus Alexis Taylor. Appearances, please.
Steve Benson for people.
Yes, Your Honor. Brandon Bird on behalf of Alexis Taylor. My client waives her right to the formal reading and will stand mute.
Court order not guilty plea on behalf of Ms. Taylor. Given that this is a possession of a taser gun, lack of criminal history, in objection to personal bond.
Yes.
Yes? No?
No.
Maybe?
No.
No?
No objection, Your Honor.
Not file a personal bond, Ms. Taylor. While this case is pending, you're not possessing handguns, firearms, or tasers while this case is pending. Probable cause February 4th, preliminary examination February 11th, both in front of Judge Giles, step aside. All right, gentlemen, good job. You made the last case count.
All right. Have a
See
great
everybody tomorrow, maybe, probably, whatever.
Have a good one.